because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. But now when I bring the people out, you don't let them in?
We're not your damn subjects. We are your bosses. We are the citizens of Dolton. And you will not continue to treat us like this because you are on the way.
Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor, is watching her political power crumble in real time. Once holding 2 major roles simultaneously as mayor of Dolton and supervisor of Thornton Township, Henyard's grip on power slipped after a chaotic Democratic caucus led to her losing her bid for re-election as supervisor. Known for her bold personality and headline-grabbing antics, she became a polarizing figure in local politics, with a story marked by public backlash, political infighting, and dramatic twists. Her rapid rise and sudden fall feel like the plot of a Netflix series, and with so much unresolved, this saga is far from over. Tiffany Henyard's bid for re-election as Thornton Township Supervisor came to an abrupt end when her name was denied a spot on the ballot, and she did not take it well. Picture a crowded room of her political rivals erupting in applause as Henyard stormed out, furious, shouting illegal at anyone within earshot. To top it off, the crowd broke into a taunting chorus of "Nana hey hey, kiss 'em goodbye," making her exit even more dramatic. So what went wrong? It all comes down to caucus rules, a process Thornton Township hadn't used in 30 years. To qualify, candidates had to present a full slate of 8 people to fill key positions like supervisor, highway director, clerk, assessor, and 4 trustees. Henyard's team was missing a certified assessor, which rendered her slate incomplete and, by the rules, invalid. Filling the power vacuum was State Senator Napoleon Harris, who also happens to be the Democratic committeeman for Thornton Township. Not only did Harris set the rules for the caucus, but he also positioned himself as the new Democratic nominee for supervisor, a strategic move that Henyard's camp is calling unfair, if not outright illegal.
This is my prime example of people that's puppet masters trying to control the narrative.
True to form, Tiffany Henyard wasn't about to go down quietly. Furious over being booted from the ballot, she accused State Senator Napoleon Harris of running a rigged process, claiming it was designed to shut out her supporters. Many of those supporters, who she reportedly brought in on township-funded buses, were allegedly locked out of the caucus, a move Henyard called blatant voter suppression. Her response, a fiery promise to sue everyone involved, declaring, "I will be suing everyone tomorrow. This is illegal, but here's the twist. The buses she arranged for her supporters reportedly arrived late, leaving many of them stranded outside in the cold as the caucus continued without them. You really can't make this stuff up."
It should have been a primary. It always has been in the history of Thornton Township. Always. 10,000 residents come and vote for township government.
Now, let's talk about the caucus itself, a quick 7-minute political frenzy. Harris's team was pre-registered and already seated, while Tiffany's supporters were left scrambling to get in. By the time the vote wrapped up, it was clear Harris had the upper hand, with him and his slate emerging as the nominees. Tiffany, left with no other option, would have to run as a write-in candidate if she wanted to keep her supervisor position. But let's be honest, how often do write-in campaigns actually succeed? The odds were definitely not in her favor.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people are here. They're not gonna go no.
For many, this feels like karma finally catching up to Tiffany Henyard. Her time as both mayor and supervisor has been riddled with controversy, from lavish spending to questionable leadership choices. She's faced criticism for years. Critics have accused her of misusing taxpayer money on luxury trips, expensive meals, and even personal stylists. One report revealed she spent over $43,000 on Amazon in a single day. Yes, you read that right, $43,000. Then there's the issue with her cancer charity, which was shut down for failing to disclose how it spent its funds. As if that wasn't enough, the FBI has reportedly been investigating her administration for months, looking into potential financial misconduct and abuse of power.
You didn't run none of this the right way. Illegal. Napoleon.
Critics are celebrating Tiffany Henyard's fall from grace, with many saying it's long overdue. One fan summed it up perfectly, saying her supporters were bussed in, the bus was late, and when Tiffany won, it felt like she had hit the lottery with no sense of responsibility. Another commenter questioned why she hasn't faced charges, which is a valid point given the scandals surrounding her. Henyard's leadership style has been highly divisive, praised by some for her boldness and confidence, but seen by others as arrogant and polarizing. Her public outbursts, like declaring, "Like it or not, I am your mayor," only fueled perceptions that she thrived on conflict, with some residents comparing her to a reality TV villain, entertaining but ultimately destructive. This combative attitude may have alienated her from key political allies, making her loss at the caucus almost inevitable.
People were getting let in at the proper time. We had a caucus, and the people voted for us, slated candidates to represent them.
Adding to Tiffany Henyard's list of challenges is the growing scrutiny over her financial decisions. Critics have highlighted the stark contrast between her lavish spending habits and the financial struggles of Dolton's residents, whose median income is just $24,000 a year. The $43,000 she spent on Amazon in a single day has become a symbol of her administration's excess, leaving many to question what those purchases were for. Even her proposal for a 100% property tax refund for residents has been met with skepticism, with some viewing it as a desperate attempt to buy loyalty ahead of her re-election bid.
7 minutes, that's all it took for Tiffany Henyard to be out as the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township Supervisor, and she left here visibly upset.
But the controversies surrounding Tiffany Henyard aren't just about finances. Her leadership has also been tainted by accusations of political retaliation, with business owners claiming they were targeted for not backing her initiatives. One local bar owner even alleged that their establishment was raided by police shortly after refusing to sponsor one of her events. These allegations paint a troubling picture of a leader willing to use her authority to settle personal scores, further damaging the public's trust in her ability to govern fairly.
One thing to win, but let's do it properly and let the people really have a voice. The people's voice was taken.
Despite everything, Henyard's supporters are standing by her, insisting that her boldness makes her a trailblazer. "She's not afraid to fight for what she believes in, even if everyone's against her," said one loyal backer. But for many others, her defiance seems more like denial. With investigations still ongoing and her political power diminishing, the question remains: how long can she keep fighting before her house of cards falls completely? Tiffany, however, isn't giving up without a fight. She's already discussing legal action to challenge the caucus results, claiming the process was rigged against her. She's also counting on her name recognition to carry her through a write-in campaign. One of her allies even stated, "I think enough people know her name to write her in, and I believe we can still win." While confidence is important, let's not forget the tough road ahead. Running as a write-in candidate is notoriously difficult, especially against an opponent like Harris, who now has the full backing of the Democratic Party.
The disrespect that you guys displayed at that mic is unbelievable.
Meanwhile, Tiffany Henyard's position as mayor of Dolton isn't looking secure either. Her time in office has been plagued by public feuds with trustees, financial scandals, and even allegations of political retaliation. At a recent village board meeting, many residents turned their backs on her while she spoke, a clear sign of growing frustration with her leadership. It's not just the residents who are fed up. Her hand-picked police chief was recently removed from his position after a judge ruled he was unqualified. The Dolton Police Department has been without stable leadership for much of the year, and morale among officers is reportedly at an all-time low. Trustee Jason House, who is also running for mayor, didn't hold back when he said, "It is a challenge, but they are hanging in there. We are trying to give them all the support they need during this difficult time."
By 82%. Know this, I am gonna come through on a landslide just like Trump did. Know that I will be victorious in the...
Let's not overlook the financial mess Tiffany Henyard has left behind. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, hired to investigate Dolton's finances, revealed that the village's general fund balance went from a surplus of over $5 million in 2022 to a deficit of nearly $4 million by 2024. Lightfoot's preliminary report also highlighted Henyard's use of a village credit card for personal expenses, including purchases at Target, Waygrounds, and Wayfair. No wonder residents have been calling for her removal, dubbing her the worst mayor in America. On top of her political turmoil, Henyard's personal life is also under fire. She's reportedly facing eviction after failing to pay rent for several months, with her landlord claiming she and her boyfriend haven't paid since August and even changed the locks to keep him out. This combination of financial mismanagement, personal issues, and political drama paints a picture of a leader who seems out of touch with reality. So, what's next for Tiffany Henyard? Can she stage a comeback with a write-in campaign, or is this the end of her political career? And what about the ongoing investigations? Could they lead to even more trouble down the line? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. What do you think? Can Tiffany bounce back, or is her political career finished? Do you believe the caucus was truly unfair, or is this just another example of her refusing to take responsibility for her actions? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama. Stay tuned.